The Liquor Traders Association has reacted with anger and alarm at the sudden reintroduction of the ban on the sale and consumption of alcohol. It believes economic conditions for its members and the sector will become even more dire. We're now joined by the convener of the Liquor Traders Association of South Africa, Lucky Ntimane, to discuss the impact of the ban on the sector. Lucky, last night we spoke to you immediately after the announcement. You've had a day now to process this decision by the National Command Council, announced by the President yesterday. What is the financial effects of the immediate ban, the ban with immediate effect?
Good evening, Babu Mdluli, and good evening to your viewers. And we continue to send our heartfelt condolences to the families of those who lost their loved ones due to coronavirus, and also to all their families affected by it. The losses, Babu Mdluli, are immeasurable. Just to give you maybe a quick background, a tavern employs on average 3 people working in their establishment. So if you take 3 people out of the 34,500 taverns that we represent, and also the shipping permit holders, that gives you a number of over 100,000 workers that are out of work with immediate effect. And you take that and add to the fact that the 34,500 liquor traders support 200,000 families. In no moment, you've got about 350,000 people that are their livelihood are at risk and in financial ruin, as it were. So we are very concerned about the financial impact of the decision that was taken by the President last night.
So it seems from the data, I don't know if you've finally gotten hold of this data and you are looking at it, there is a connection that the government is establishing between the ban and the freeing up of hospital beds.
Look, we tried to get those statistics that the government was referring to, but unfortunately, as it was with the issue of us trying to secure meetings with them, we've hit a brick wall. But be that as it may, look, we do not want to fight with government with regards to them taking a stance to save lives. I mean, we think that is a good move by government wanting to save lives, but it's also fair that they consider the livelihood of our traders, because not only are they traders, like we've said in the past, they are also citizens of the country. We've got every right, to trade in alcohol responsibly. So that should have also been taken into consideration.
What does this mean in terms of your liquor licenses and what your liquor licenses allow you to do? And now, I believe some of them at some point they can cost you close to 10,000 rands to get that license, but you are unable to use it right now. And do you have legal grounds to challenge them based on that?
We do not want to talk about legal grounds now unless our members tell us otherwise. We believe that engagement is the way to go, and we like to consider all avenues that leads us to the table with the government, as it were, because we feel that that is the right way to do this.
Have you, as the association, considered that maybe you might have overlooked the question of sensible consumption? I know we spoke to you a lot towards the reopening of the sale of alcohol, around what your members are going to do, screening, washing of hands, social distancing. They've demarcated the areas. They'll make sure that people keep the 2-meter distance. They'll make sure that the people consume or purchase, rather, a limited amount of alcohol at a time. You did all those things, but the problem was at the consumption level, where people consumed more and started misbehaving and started not observing the non-pharmacological interventions of social distancing, putting on a face mask, washing of hands, etc., etc. And the challenge was on the sensible consumption, that your members did not put interventions in place as far as that is concerned.
I think our members, like you rightly said, they invested their own money in ensuring that their place of trade is compliant to COVID-19 regulations. The issue of consumers is outside the control of our members. Be that as it may, we would like to make a call to government once again to say, let's look at solutions in which we can come up with interventions that addresses the behavioral change that is required to address the issue of alcohol abuse and harm in the country, because this is an old age problem that we have avoided. And now it's coming to rear its ugly head during the pandemic, which is not a convenient time to really to be looking at this. But we feel that this is the perfect time that we need to address this issue, because if we don't do that, we are postponing this problem to a post-COVID, and we might not be able to deal with it. So this is the right time to deal with it. But we are, however, concerned that, the decision by the government that has now actually given almost a license to illegal operators to start taking hold of the industry. We don't even want to think what will happen to the abuse that will take place unchecked by people that don't even have any right to be involved in liquor. So that is our big concern right now.
Especially if government feels it is necessary for the purpose of protecting the public and protecting lives. And if you look at the numbers that they are giving us, 2% STEP-related admissions, common trauma associated with alcohol happenings, they take ICU beds for up to 5 days. Blunt force trauma is even greater. 72% require hospitalization. Of those 72%, 25% of them, they require ICU for 9 days. So 9 days ICU beds will be out. Government will argue to you to say this is to protect the broader public.
Look, I think the issue of statistics always favors the one who comes with the numbers. For us, the important thing for our members is to look at the issue of how do you then balance the two. I mean, the livelihoods of close to 1 million people and also the health of our people, which is also paramount. So I think it should have been a balancing act, and government that always preaches, collective engagement should have actually practiced that.
I appreciate your time. Lucky Ntimane there joining us tonight. He speaks on behalf of the Liquor Traders Association.